you're going, I don't mind. I've killed my world and I've killed my time. So where do I go? What do I see? I see many people coming after me. So where you going to? I don't mind. If I live too long, I'm afraid I'll die. So I will follow you wherever you go. If your offered hand is still open to me. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. So you've been where I've just come. From the land that brings losers on. So we will share this road we walk. And mind our mouths and beware our talk. To peace we find, tell you what I'll do. All the things I own I will share with you. And if I feel tomorrow like I feel today, we'll take what we want and give the rest away. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Holy man and holy grace, this love of life makes me weak in my knees. And when we get there, make your play. 'Cause soon I feel you're gonna carry us away. In a promise life you made us believe. For many men there's so much grief. And my mind is power, but it is with praise. If I live too long, I'm afraid I'll die. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one. Strangers on this road we are on. We are not two, we are one.
Take our seats.
We are not two, we are one.
Thank you all, and you may take your seats. Welcome to California, welcome to Mare Island, and more importantly, welcome to the wedding of Matt Thompson and Bryan Schrader. We will begin today with a prayer led by Matt's brother, Frank Thompson.
Oh yeah, Rocky, you're first.
Do Frank.
Excuse me. It's already? Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the prayer of St. Francis. May you please bow your heads. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to understand as to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Frank. And now for Matt's mother, Pat Thompson, for a reading.
We love you, Thompson.
And they raised their voice and wept once more. And Orpha kissed his mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. And she said, "Look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people. Go back after your sister-in-law." And Ruth said, "Do not entreat me to forsake you, to turn back from you. For wherever you go, I will go. And wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people is my people, and your God is my God." Thank you.
Thank you, Mom Thompson.
And now Steve Trade-Up, Bryan's father, will lead us in a devotion.
Trade up.
Matt and Bryan have asked me to read a poem by Mary Hopper called Loaves. Why wonder about the loaves and the fishes? If they say the right words, the wine expands. If you say them with love and the felt ferocity of that love and the felt necessity of that love, the fish explode into many. Imagine him speaking, and they don't worry about what is reality, or what is plain, or what is mysterious. If you were there, it is all of those things. If you can imagine it, and it is all of those things, eat, drink, and be happy. Accept the miracle, accept too each spoken word, spoken with love.
Thank you,
Dad.
Steve.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm going to say a few words. My name is Elise Hugh. I have been a friend of both these grooms for about 15 years now, and I'm so honored and privileged to be here as part of today's adventure, even though, like the rest of you all, I got about 4 hours notice. So, thanks, guys.
5. Be fair.
Yeah.
I am a journalist by trade, and so when Matt and Bryan asked me to officiate their wedding, I did the only thing I really know how to do for sure. I reported their story out. I interviewed them both. I reached out to their friends. I recorded all these interviews. I transcribed them, and I took notes all along the way. So my remarks today are a result of all of that reporting, with a boost at the end from generative AI. So I have both human intelligence and artificial intelligence working together for these remarks. And I will quote liberally from the interviews. Some sources will not be named. Just kidding. Thank you to Sarah, Rocky, Jean, Adrian, and Robin for your humbleness. And Bryan wants to especially thank someone who could not be here, his best friend Jenny Bauer, who we lost in February, but whose spirit is very much with us today. All right, let's start this story at the beginning. Bryan and Matt met online, but the old-fashioned online way, Craigslist. Bryan put up what he describes as an unusually vulnerable post sharing who he was and what he was looking for. It caught Matt's attention for its openness, and Matt responded with 5 facts about himself. Things like how he was the head of his a cappella group at Harvard, and how if you Googled Matt Thompson, he would show up in the top 5 search results for all Matt Thompsons. I don't know, I guess he thought that was a flex. After some correspondence, their first date took place on November 16th, 2007.
17 years.
Woohoo, happy anniversary. And it happened at a now closed Wolfgang Puck seafood restaurant. Fun fact, Bryan hates seafood. But he was so taken by the, quote, gorgeous man seated across me at the table, end quote, that he somehow stomached crustaceans without gagging. Following this meal, Matt, who was then an arts and culture editor in Minneapolis, began showing Bryan his favorite parts of the city. And the way Bryan seemed to devour and delight in each experience made Matt quickly realize this new man was something special, something he hadn't yet experienced romantically. After a few dates, Bryan was ready and he blurted out, "I love you," first. Matt, never having been in a serious relationship before, responded in his analytical, equanimous Matt way. "I know I love my mother and my sister, but what is love really, and should we unpack it?" The two eventually became inseparable. They moved from Minneapolis to DC together, and their relationship evolved from Matt's mindset of choosing each other for now to recognizing all of the tangible wealth created over time, a treasure store of their shared memories and experiences. Something Matt eventually recognized was love. Now 17 years, many cats, and another cross-country move since Bryan's sacrifice of eating seafood, we have all seen their relationship flourish. I have seen a lot of relationships flourish, but this one is really special to me. Now I get to cry. Because Matt and Bryan's relationship is the single one I have considered a guidepost for me for all of these years. I have sought to model my own romantic relationships with the same openness and generosity and fun of Matt and Bryan's. They also practice the European method of sharing one bed but 2 separate comforters. Another example of something that we should all emulate. In all of my reporting, my snooping, my asking around, no one could say anything negative about this couple. And I am very good at getting people to say things that they shouldn't say. That's my job. But I couldn't get anything bad out of anyone when it comes to Matt and Bryan and this union.
This isn't a challenge, for the record.
The worst thing I heard was that they might sometimes take in too many foster cats, and that you should never play board games with Bryan.
Prison rules.
When I asked Matt what he loves about Bryan, he said he loves, quote, to be infused with the joy that Bryan feels at encountering the world, discovering history, discovering life, and the way he pays attention. Matt loves how infectious and joyful it is to explore alongside Bryan. Bryan says Matt's deep compassion and empathy lets him feel truly held and safe, which y'all can see in their proposal video. Of Matt, Bryan says, quote, "He's a brilliant man with a large presence, but he uses that presence very gingerly on the world." Their friends say, while these two guys seem different on the surface level, they share so much at the core. Their values, their political and moral commitments, the things they think that are really important and urgent in the world. Their deep concern about what's happening in this country is part of the reason we had 4 hours notice before this ceremony. They still approach each day and this life with a sense of agency and enthusiasm for making things better. Here are just a few ways my sources describe them. Gracious. I don't know 2 more naturally gracious people than the 2 of them. They have genuine care for other folks and they're willing to bring them in. They feel like co-conspirators in a way I think a lot of really admirable couples are. Together, both have a chance to be taken care of and rest. Finally, one person said, "They make me feel uncrazy," and that's no small thing. A story like this is one I long to report. A story of love and devotion and compassion and whimsy in a time when it can feel like these things are hard to find. And I mentioned at the outset that I had a small assist from ChatGPT because it's 2024. I had the AI analyze all the interviews I conducted and got transcribed. And in a summary, it spit this out, which wasn't bad. Matt and Bryan's decision to marry encapsulates a commitment that has flourished over the years, marked by mutual respect and deep affection. Their love story is a testament to the power of vulnerability, connection, and shared adventures. I liked that. But I would never give the last words to a machine. Instead, I'm gonna borrow Bryan's. In the original Craigslist post that caught Matt's attention, Bryan said of himself, "I'm a handful, but I'm also a catch." For those of us, for those of us who are so privileged to be in their orbit, we can also say the same things about these two. Y'all are a handful, but also a catch. Matt and Bryan have a cherished anniversary tradition involving whiskey, pizza, and good films. And today, on their anniversary, we get to be a part of that tradition too, and make new ones. We are here on Mare Island with Matt and Bryan to be a part of their beautiful story, to support their union, and to be there for them and their cats, and really all of the cats of the hills of Vallejo, because they are getting them they're so busy getting them spayed and neutered. By being here, you are taking a vow of sorts to lift these two up as they keep this beautiful story going. Don't take that responsibility lightly. All right, now that we've gotten our commitment to you all out of the way, it's time for Bryan and Matt to share their vows with each other. Matt,
Ready?
take it away.
Thank you so much, Elise. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I am very Catholic, and one
And
of
I'm
our...
very Lutheran. Sorry.
Trudy, always.
Mateo.
So I'm going to ask you to sing a hymn with us. I wrote a hymn for my sister's wedding, and it was a treasured experience. I loved it, but it was a solo performance. It wasn't a hymn that we could all sing together. And for this one, I wanted a hymn that could involve the whole congregation, all the guests. So I'm going to ask you all to do some public singing with me, which my dear Lutheran spouse here is always chagrined by. But the idea of this hymn, I think you'll be able to handle it because I based it on a song that is a standard that many of you should know. It's called Do Re Mi. It's from The Sound of Music. If you've never seen The Sound of Music, now is a very good time to watch The Sound of Music. Till the end, all the way through. Watch The Sound of Music. It's a good time. But this song, Do Re Mi, it's about music. It's about making music together. Making musical rituals that people can share is one of the ways that we create memories. It's one of the things I've come to appreciate most about the religious tradition that I grew up with. And so I wanted to share that with you. I am going to lead this song twice. And then I'm going to ask our friend Greg to help you all follow along and sing it with us. So the idea of this song, it's called Wedding Bells because I'm taking the spine of Do Re Mi. We're going to sing each phrase of Do Re Mi. It's written in your programs if you need the lyrics to it. But we'll take each phrase of Do Re Mi, and after it, we've selected a pair of syllables that I call the bells. And so I'm going to lead this song through twice. The first time, I'm just going to teach you the bells. The second time, I'm going to just share how we will be saying the vows. After each phrase, before you utter the bell in acclamation of our vows, we will say some vows to each other. As we ascend the scale, we say an increasing number of vows. There's some theory and logic behind all of it. Hopefully it works. And if it works the way I think it will, then I will hear your voices uplifted in acclamation of the vows that you hear and can attest, to the state if they come I'm going to ask Greg to actually lead the thing through in purpose. So the first time around, I'm just going to teach you the bells. The second time around, I'm going to ask you to bring in a little bit of the volume and the rhythm. And then the third time, we're going to do this thing for real and get some hitched. So, Greg, if I may have a C. Do. So, the song, Do, Re, Mi, begins. Do, a deer, a female deer. Do, deer, do, deer. Do, deer, do, deer, do. Great, so deer, do, deer. That is the bell. That pair of syllables. Ray, a drop of golden sun rays, sun rays, sun rays, sun rays. Great. Oh.
That was good. That was good.
All right. All right, we'll try this again on vote number 3. Me, a name I call myself, 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 myself. Far, a long, long way to run, far run, far run, far run, far so. A needle pulling thread, pull thread, pull thread, pull thread, pull ah. A note to follow, so fa, so fa, so fa, so fa, tea. A drink with jam and bread, jam bread, jam bread, jam bread. That just brings us back, and this is a tricky one, to do you, do you, do you, do you, do you, do you, do. And the very last time you sing that, we're going to ask you to sing it one more time and sing, we do. Elise will have a little bit of instruction for you before that one. Does that make sense? You know the bells? All right, so this time we're going to do it one more time, but between each phrase and the bell, I'm just going to say something. It's going to substitute a little bit for a vowel, just so you get a sense of the rhythm. And I'm going to enlist Greg to help me direct you. The 2 things I want you to pay attention to. I should say the 3 things I want you to pay attention to. So the rhythm, I want to keep it a measured pace, at least at first. Each time we ascend the line, we're going to be saying another vowel. So this one's going to get jumpy. Y'all are going to want to speed through it, and hopefully that works with the rhythm of the song. The dynamics are the second thing that I want you to pay attention to, so the volume at which you're singing. So, do, dear, should be loud and as acclaimy as you can make it, but Greg will quiet you down between each utterance of the vowel. The bell is your signal to us that you hear us. You hear what we are committing to each other, the agreement that we're making to each other. And so Greg will lead you in that rhythm and hopefully bring you down so that we can say our vowel in between each time. So we're going to do it one more time through, and each time I just want to get you used to echoing the vowel, because I'm not going to be singing that one with you. That one's going to be on y'all. So, time number 2. Can I get another C? Oh, listen to y'all. Y'all have kalimbas. The numbers of the notes conveniently corresponds to the lines of the song, so if you need a little reminder of what the note is that begins each line, you can use those kalimbas. Perfect. Do, a deer, a female deer.
Do, dear, do, dear.
And then I'm going to say a vowel, and I'm going to ask.
Do, dear, do.
Perfect. Ray, a drop of golden sun. And then we're going to say a couple of vows, and you're going to keep on echoing the bell. And we're going to say another vow.
Yep.
Perfect. Me, a name I call myself.
Myself, myself,
A trio of vows. We'll say another
Oh,
vow.
I love you so much.
Perfect. We'll be echoing the vows back and forth to each other. And you can just take our lead for far, a long, long way to run. Oh my gosh, they're getting the hang of this. I think it's going to work. So, a needle pulling thread.
thread, pull, thread.
It'll feel longer between each one as we say the vows. So this bell, this echo of the bell, will be useful to sustain, and you'll probably want to speed up around this point.
And that's good. That's okay.
La, a note to follow, so. This one can be a little bit light. Tea, a drink with jam and bread.
Jam bread, jam bread, jam bread.
And you remember there's a trick on the last one, right? That just brings us back to.
Do you, do you, do you, do you?
And then Elise is going to ask us a couple questions.
For legal purposes.
We're going to respond to those questions with some, probably fairly obvious responses, and then we will have a question. Elise will have a question for you. You got it? Y'all are picking this up like gangbusters. I love it. All right, so
I'll hold this for you, right?
you'll hold it for us. Thank you. Let's do this thing for real. Give me 1 second so we can get the actual vows up.
Do you want it?
I think this works.
Yeah.
All right. Just remember, pay attention to, I will lead the singing of the phrase, so just follow my lead on that front, but y'all, it's on you for the bells, so good luck. Thank you.
Okay.
Doe, a deer, a female deer. I vow to spend this life with you.
And I vow to spend this life with you.
Ray, a drop of golden sun. I vow to look for you first in a storm.
I vow to look for you first in a storm.
I vow to cherish the sunset with you.
I vow to cherish the sunset with you.
Me, a name I call myself. I vow to be true with you, to myself and to you.
I vow to be true with you, to myself, and to you.
I vow to be at home with you.
I vow to be at home with you.
I vow to be vulnerable with you.
I vow to be vulnerable with you.
For a long, long way to run. I vow to dream about tomorrow with you.
I vow to dream about tomorrow with you.
I vow to contemplate forever with you.
I vow to contemplate forever with you.
I vow to hold sacred our time together.
I vow to I vow to hold sacred our time together.
I vow to make memories with you.
I vow to make memories with you.
So a needle pulling thread. I vow to stitch my life together with yours.
I vow to stitch my life together with yours.
I vow to be your family.
I vow to be your family.
I vow to make your family my own and mine yours.
I vow to make your family my own and mine yours.
I vow to build our family and community with you and everyone we love.
I vow to build our family and community with everyone we love.
And I vow to hold this family close.
And I vow to hold this family close.
La, the note that follows so. I vow to laugh with you.
I vow to laugh with you.
I vow to share your bed even when you snore and hog the covers.
Rude. I vow to share your bed even when you snore and you hog the covers.
I vow to offer you the Minnesota peace.
I vow to offer you the Minnesota peace.
I vow to respect the international fry tariff.
Ooh, this one's tough. I vow to respect the international fry tariff.
I vow to mirror the gesture of peace.
I vow to gesture. I vow to mirror the gesture of peace. Sorry.
I vow to accept it even when the gesture of peace is offered grudgingly.
I vow to accept it even when the gesture of peace is offered grudgingly.
Tea, a drink with jam and bread. I vow to break all the bread I have with you.
I vow to break all the bread I have with you.
I vow to get you out of a couple of jams whenever I can.
I vow to get you out of a couple of jams whenever I can.
I vow to drink whiskey and eat pizza with you on our anniversary each year.
I vow to drink whiskey and eat pizza with you on our anniversary each year.
I vow to give you care in hard times and easy ones.
I vow to give you care in hard times and easy ones.
I vow to give you love always.
I vow to give you love always.
I vow to cherish all the years of life we share.
I vow to cherish all the years of life we share.
I vow to share with you forever.
I vow to share with you forever.
That just brings us back to.
Do you, Matt, take Bryan to be your husband?
I do.
And do you, Bryan, take Matt to be your husband?
I do.
And do you all, beloved guests, affirm this couple in these vows? Absolutely! We do. All right, why don't you stand in front of me here? What about this? You will now place wedding bands on each other's fingers. The rings are a symbol of the love you share and the commitment each of you has made to each other. Matt, please now give Bryan the ring you've brought forward and repeat. Please wear this ring as a symbol of our unbreakable bond.
Please wear this ring as a symbol of our unbreakable bond.
Bryan, please now give Matt the ring you've brought forward and repeat. Please wear this ring as a symbol of our unbreakable bond.
Please wear this ring as a symbol of our unbreakable bond.
Through the joining of hands, after those fabulous musical vows, and with the giving and receiving of the rings, Matt and Bryan have given themselves to each other and formed an everlasting bond. All of us here know you've been partners in life well before today. But now, I pronounce you officially husband and husband. You may kiss.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family.
I know.
All right.
You should have started over
That's
again.
it?
If they don't make it all the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.